Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita as it is. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is. Chapter number 2. Contents of the Gita summarized. Verse number 48 and 49. 48. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Perform your duty equipoised, O Arjuna, abandoning all attachment to success or failure. Such equanimity is called yoga. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna tells Arjuna that he should act in yoga. And what is that yoga? Yoga means to concentrate the mind upon the Supreme by controlling the ever-disturbing senses. And who is the Supreme? The Supreme is the Lord. And because he himself is telling Arjuna to fight, Arjuna has nothing to do with the results of the fight. Gain or victory are Krishna's concern. Arjuna is simply advised to act according to the dictation of Krishna. The following of Krishna's dictation is real yoga, and this is practiced in the process called Krishna Consciousness. By Krishna Consciousness only can one give up the sense of proprietorship. One has to become the servant of Krishna or the servant of Krishna. That is the right way to discharge duty in Krishna Consciousness, which alone can help one to act in yoga. So basically this tells you what is yoga, or equanimity is the other word of yoga. Arjuna is with Lord Krishna and Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna to fight. So Arjuna has to just obey the order of the Lord without thinking of the consequence, without thinking about the result. And when Arjuna does that, Krishna will take care of everything, the results of his action. So when one follows the dictates of the Lord, he is taken care of by the Lord. Krishna Consciousness is basically this. One follows the orders of the Lord and one gives up the sense of proprietorship. You don't take the onus of your action because you are completely surrendered to the Lord and you're just carrying out the orders of the Lord or your spiritual master. And the mood is to be as a servant of the Lord or to be the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. So that is doing duty in Krishna Consciousness. Arjuna is a Kshatriya, and as such he is participating in the Varnashrama Dharma institution. It is said in the Vishnu Purana that in the Varnashrama Dharma, the whole aim is to satisfy Vishnu. No one should satisfy himself as is a rule in the material world, but one should satisfy Krishna. So unless one satisfies Krishna, one cannot correctly observe the principles of Varnashrama Dharma. Indirectly, Arjuna was advised to act as Krishna told him. So this verse is basically, it tells you about being in equanimity, which is basically yoga. Real yoga is to concentrate the mind upon the Supreme Lord and control the ever-disturbing senses. And then we move on to the verse number 49. Durena hyavaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddhau sharanam anvicha kripana phalahetava. O Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activities far distant by devotional service, and in that consciousness surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruit of their work are misers. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. One who has actually come to understand one's constitutional position as an eternal servitor of the Lord gives up all engagements save working in Krishna consciousness. As already explained, Buddhi Yoga means transcendental loving service to the Lord. Such devotional service is the right course of action for the living entity. Only misers desire to enjoy the fruits of their own work just to be further entangled in the material bondage. A beautiful example is given in our Shastras about the trees. Trees produce fruits. And does the tree taste its own fruit? It does not. It produces the fruit for others, for us to enjoy. This is the selfless service. So here, what Prabhupada is telling us to be like that tree. You work and don't desire to enjoy the fruits of your work. Because a miser does that. A miser is a person who wants to enjoy the fruits of his work. Don't be a miser. And also when you desire the fruits of your work, what happens? You get entangled in the material bondage. Except for work in Krishna consciousness, all activities are abominable because they continually bind the worker to the cycle of birth and death. One should therefore never desire to be the cause of the work. Everything should be done in Krishna consciousness for the satisfaction of Krishna. Misers do not know how to utilize the assets of riches which they acquire by good fortune or by hard labor. One should spend all energies working in Krishna consciousness, and that will make one's life successful. Like misers, unfortunate persons do not employ their human energy in the service of the Lord. So, see, we are given this human life by the grace of the Lord. We could have been born as cats or dogs or anything else, but we've been given this human life, and we need to be thankful for that. And our purpose should be to satisfy Krishna. The scriptures very clearly say that all the activities are meant for satisfaction of Vishnu. So all the activities, the ultimate aim should be to satisfy Krishna, not to satisfy your senses. What happens when you satisfy your senses? Number one, you get entangled in the action-reaction cycle. Number two, you are not in Krishna consciousness. You become the cause of the action. See, suppose I do some act today, which is for my own satisfaction. I make some delicious food because I want to enjoy it. So I make that food and I enjoy it. I have become entangled in that cycle because I have done action which is not for Krishna consciousness. It is for my own sense enjoyment. I have become entangled in the action. Now the reaction that follows from that action, I have to bear the consequence. So that was verse number 48 and 49. With that, I stop this video. Hope that you've understood something and benefited in some way. Please give your comments below. Please do share and subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Till then, Hare Krishna.